Hey everybody, today I'm probably sounding nice and crispy. Like, listen to this snap. I know, right? But we're using the microphone today, and we're doing a voiceover type of video because not all the houses were dang announced when we filmed our B-roll and everything for the house. So we're like, well, to make it all the same, let's just do voiceovers. So here we are doing the HHN 27 most anticipated video, follow up to last year. I really enjoyed doing it last year. Dad had fun with it. He was like a director last year. Like, Dad was all over this video idea, and I was like, dude, I'm in. And it was pretty cool. Dad, you got anything to say for year 2?
I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right, cool. Roll the intro. Now we're going to rank the shows, but first, here's a little background info.
Okay, so we have Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. After 26 years of excellent Halloween adventures, Bill and Ted are bringing their farewell tour to Halloween Horror Nights.
Academy of Villains Afterlife. The award-winning performance troupe returns with more mind-bending dance routines and special acts.
Okay, so my number 2 anticipated show for HHN 27 is Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. Like I said earlier, we've actually never seen this show. We didn't get to see it last year. So we're going to make sure that we get to see it probably a couple times before it heads out. And then my number 1 most anticipated show, obviously, is Academy of Villains Afterlife. We were at this show probably almost every time when we were at HHN last year and just loved it every single time. So I'm excited, very excited to see what they do for this year.
So my number 2 for shows is Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure. This is the last year, so I'm curious what's in store. Hopefully it'll be really good. We didn't end up seeing it last year, which was my first year, so I've never seen it. But we're definitely going to make sure we give it a go this year. My number 1 is Academy of Villains Afterlife, and I am so hyped that they're coming back because it was just awesome last year. We saw it as much as we could. It was just such a good show. But yeah, super hyped about Academy of Villains returning.
Now we're going to rank the scare zones, and here's some info on them.
Altars of Horror. Enter the nexus of evil, where all the most fearsome characters and nefarious creatures from each of the Halloween Horror Nights haunted houses lie in wait.
Invasion. The year is 1955, and a UFO has crashed onto the wharf. Their goal? To conduct experiments upon you to prepare to invade Earth.
Festival of the Deadliest. The dead are throwing a hell of a Hollywood party, and you're invited. Your spirit will fuel the frenzy of this ghoulish gathering.
Trick or treat. Break the rules, pay the price. That's the murderous moral of the 5 Twisted Stories in Trick or Treat, a darkly hilarious tribute to Halloween. And Sam.
The Purge. The Purge has returned to Halloween Horror Nights and overrun New York. No one is safe. Be a part of a proud American tradition. United we purge.
My number 5 most anticipated scare zone for HHN 27 is Altars of Horror. This sounds like it could be a pretty cool scare zone. It sounds like this is going to be where all of the IP characters are going to come out and roam in this zone. Maybe we'll see Ash out there, possibly Sam. Who knows? Maybe Jack will be there. I don't know, but it could be cool. My number 4 most anticipated is Festival of the Deadliest. Not really sure about this zone, but it could be cool. It's just going to be a party for the dead somewhere out there, right? I don't know. All right, cool. Moving on. My number 3 most anticipated scare zone is The Purge. This is going to be cool. I really enjoyed the movies. We were not there to see any of like the Purge houses or scare zones in previous years, so I'm really looking forward to it. Number 2 is Invasion. Now, this is going to be awesome. We went over there, checked it out. like UFOs, aliens, monsters. This is going to be awesome, and I think it's going to be like 1960s based creatures because I just it's going to be awesome. That's my number 2. And then the number 1 most anticipated scare zone, as if you didn't know already, is Trick or Treat. Sam is my homeboy. He is. He is my homeboy. And we are going to hang out and trick or treat a lot during HHN. I can tell you right now. It just looks amazing. I love the movie, and I am very excited for it.
My number 5 for scare zones is Festival of the Deadliest, which I'm not too sure what to think of this one just yet, but, it's part of the list. My number 4 is The Purge. The Purge is going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to being able to see The Purge and people purging and, trying to, get everybody. But, it's going to be cool. It's just not high up on my list because there's some other scare zones that I am super hyped about, which leads me to my top 3 for scare zones. Number 3, we got Invasion. This is the alien one that I think is just going to be so awesome. It just looks so cool. The props that are out already are just dope. And yeah, I'm really excited. And I mean, aliens. Who doesn't like aliens, right? Number 2 is Altars of Horror. This one I'm very, very, very hyped about. This is going to be, the main characters from all the houses. So, we might even see things that aren't normally in zones, like the, IP characters. So, maybe we'll get Sam. Maybe we'll get, Ash. Maybe we'll get, I don't know who else. Maybe, the Torrance family. Maybe we'll get Jigsaw, the pig mask in the robe, you know what I'm saying? That'd be hype, but could be cool. My number 1 is Trick or Treat. This movie's not my favorite. I like the idea, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I think it's going to be the perfect fit for a scare zone to succeed this year. I think it's going to be awesome. I hope that we have Sam running around if he's not in Altars of Horror, and hopefully he's in his own zone. But I don't know, because they got the little, dummy ones of him. So I don't know what's going on there, but maybe that's to add to the effect where Sam is always everywhere in that movie. Maybe that's just the theming. But I really hope that there is an actual scare actor of Sam somewhere in the park this year, because that's going to be awesome. Lastly, it's time for what you've all been waiting for. We are going to rank the houses. But first, let's tell you a little bit about each one. The Hive. The crumbling house on 19 Hemingway Lane harbors a nest of bloodthirsty vampires. If you awaken them, you will face a savage, bestial hunger.
Scarecrow. The Reaping. At a long-abandoned Depression-era farm, vengeance takes root, and the only harvest that will be reaped is you.
The Fallen. You're about to be caught in the crossfire of the eternal war of light versus dark, and no one will be saved.
Dead Waters. Enter a pestilent swamp that oozes evil, the hellish realm of the Voodoo Queen. If you fail to escape, you're in for a gut-wrenching sacrifice.
Ash vs. Evil Dead. The Starz original series Ash vs. Evil Dead expertly blurs the line between horror and comedy in this horrifically hilarious addition to Halloween Horror Nights.
Horrors of Blumhouse. From the deranged filmmakers behind Insidious, Sinister, and The Purge comes the horrors of Blumhouse. They've all come back to haunt you.
American Horror Story, Volume 2. Experience 3 horrifying stories in one disturbing house as a deranged cast of characters seek not only your life, but your soul.
Saw. The Games of Jigsaw. The traps are set. All that's missing is you. The Jigsaw Killer has returned to torment you with his twisted take on poetic justice.
The Shining. The visually intense psychological thriller is now the most terrifying haunted experience imaginable.
So starting from number 9, my ninth most anticipated house is Ash vs. Evil Dead. So now I've watched the show, seen the movies. I think this will definitely be the comedy house of the year, kind of like Krampus was last year. And I loved Krampus. I enjoyed the show. I love the movies. It was kind of just really hard with the 9 houses. I just feel like there's other ones that are going to be better. Number 8 is going to be The Hive. Now, The Hive, I believe, is about vampires based in the 1980s, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think that's what I read. So we'll see how that goes. Vampires are all right. Number 7 is The Horrors of Blumhouse. So this is going to be like a mashup of different movies. So we have Insidious, Sinister, and The Purge. Now, I've seen Insidious and The Purge. I still have to watch Sinister, so I got to catch up on that. But I think this could be a really, really cool house. So my number 6 house is The Fallen. I think this is going to be a cool house as well. This could be castle-like structure with flying creatures and all kinds of fun things. Could be different. I like it. So my number 5 house is The Shining. I love this movie. Super awesome movie. But I didn't put it higher. Brady obviously is putting it higher because he's yelling at me. I just don't know how this is going to transfer into a house. I mean, there's going to be some awesome scenes, I'm sure. Hopefully we have the maze with the snowstorm going on. Hopefully we have, obviously, the hallway and the elevator with the blood pouring out. I don't know if they're going to be able to pour it out, but at least blood splattered everywhere. Those twins better be in there. All the good stuff. But I'm looking forward to it. My number 4 house is Saw or Jigsaw, whatever they're calling it. I love these movies. Well, no, let me take that back. I love these movies up until about 3. Then after the 3rd one, they just kind of got, whatever. But I'm looking forward to this because I know they've had a Saw house before. So this should be cool, and we'll probably see some scenes from the new movie that's coming out as well. All right, so now we're getting into the top 3. So my number 3 most anticipated house is American Horror Story Volume 2. I love the American Horror Story house last year. It was super, super awesome. But I'm more excited about this version this year because it's going to have Roanoke in it. And I really hope they have that tunnel underneath the house. I loved that season. All right, number 2 on my most anticipated is Dead Waters. I think this is going to be such an awesome, awesome house. We're going to get the Voodoo Queen. It's just going to be crazy. I've read some, descriptions on the house about some of the floors being different. So I'm excited for this. This is going to be good. And then my number 1 most anticipated house for HHN 27. That's right. Scarecrow, The Reaping. Brady is just shaking his head at me. I think this is going to be an amazing house. Like an abandoned farmhouse with windmills outside. I mean, this is just going to be amazing. Scarecrows everywhere. Everywhere. Scarecrows. I love scarecrows. End of story.
My number 9 for houses is Ash vs. Evil Dead. I have not watched this, and that is really the only reason it's on the bottom. I don't know too much about it. I know a little bit, but I think it should be cool. I think Dad made a comment on it being the comedy house, if you will. So I think, it could be like kind of like Krampus, like it's comedy, but it's also going to be a pretty good house, like for scares. So I think it'll be cool. My number 8, which a lot of people might hate me for, is going to be Dead Waters.
What?
The whole value thing is cool, but I just don't think it's cutting it in comparison to everything else. I don't think it's up there for me yet. Granted, everything could change after I go to the event, so, of course we'll have our end of the year recap where I'm like, okay, guys, I changed my mind. Because last year, I put American Horror Story on the bottom, and I ended up loving it, even though I never watched an episode of the show. So, that could happen, but we'll see. My number 7 is Horrors of Blumhouse. This house has some potential. Like, it is going to be pretty dang cool if they do it right. There's 3 movies. It's Sinister, The Purge, and Insidious. Well, they might be including more than one movie. Like, per series. So it might be 3 series. I'm sorry about that. But it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm excited to see what they do with it. I never got to go in the Purge house at 25, and I didn't get to go in Insidious at 25. So, that'll be cool. And Sinister's never been there, so I'm hoping that they do a good job with this one. Number 6 is The Hive. I think this is pretty cool. This is the vampire house, and I think that if all said and done, like, if they go well with this, like, I think this has, like, a really cool theme. I just don't know what to expect. Like, I don't know. Like, vampires are, like, one of those things you don't really know how it's going to go down. They're kind of unpredictable. But I think it's going to be cool. It just has, like, in the description about walking into the house and the vampires are there ready to, I don't know, like, take your blood or whatever. It's going to be pretty cool. My number 5 is Scarecrow the Reaping. This one is going to be really cool because, scarecrows, like haunted, spooky scarecrows. That's going to be crazy. I can imagine this house having a ton of good scares because they're going to look still, and then they're just going to get you, and you're like, holy crap, you're a scarecrow. So, I'm excited for that one. Should be dope. My number 4 is American Horror Story Volume 2. Again, I have still not to this day seen an episode of it, but just based on last year's house, I'm excited for this one a lot. My number 3 is The Fallen. I am super hyped by the description of this one. Light versus evil, I think, or light versus darkness. I don't know what it was, the exact wording, but it's good versus bad, and it's going to be crazy. This is the one that I think they're supposed to be, like, flying people in the air. Like, they're going to have some crazy stuff in this house, I think. I think they're really going to outdo it on the scares. And it's going to be cool. My number 2 is Saw, The Games of Jigsaw. For everyone that doesn't know, I am a huge fan of Saw. Like, the first time I saw the movie, it was mind-blowing. It was so awesome. And still to this day, when I rewatch it, it blows my mind every time, even though I know what's going to happen. So I'm just pumped to see Saw and all the different traps, and it's going to be really cool. And I think we're supposed to probably see some of the new movie's traps, so we'll get like a little preview of that, which will be cool. And my number 1 is The Shining. I'm so hyped for The Shining. I only saw The Shining for the first time over the summer, but man, I fell in love with the movie once I first saw it. I thought the concept was really awesome. I thought the fact that you had to use your brain in this movie was awesome, which is exactly why I like Saw. So it was like, oh man, I found another movie where it's like, things aren't given to you. You have to think about the movie. It could be many different answers on why things are happening. And I just really thought it was a great concept. So I am 100% definitely looking forward to The Shining, as it is my number 1. Well, thank you guys for watching, or should I say listening to this video today. We're super excited for HHN this year. We think that it's going to be a good year, I think. And another video that we will have returning from last year is the What We're Bringing. Probably going to be amongst the same things, but I've got new gear this year, so it'll be a little different. I'll give you guys a little insight to what I'm going to bring to HHN. And yeah, as far as HHN video and content goes, we'll have that What I'm Bringing video, but then we'll see you opening weekend. And that'll be it. Dad, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, boy.
All right.
See you in the parks, people.
Goodbye, everybody.
Halloween Horror Nights starts in
soon.
13 days.
Wow, that's really crazy.
13 days.
Wait, so after this next Friday, it's go?
It's go time.
Oh, snap. I'm looking forward to it. I didn't realize it was that close.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
What is this outro?
And if you see us in the parks, come say hi.
Yeah, boy.
Outro here. Or maybe here.
I can't get him to stop. Oh, he stopped.
Yeah, boy.
Outro here.
Bye.